What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Lever Talks. My name is Rob. It's been a little while. I do apologize. I have been busy with lots of stuff, but it's time to make a new video. Let's catch up on what's been going on. Khamzat Chimaev. Obviously, we've been following him fairly closely since I created this channel. Been a fairly big Khamzat Chimaev fan for quite some time. So he's obviously fought Gilbert Burns. We haven't had a chance to chat since then. Obviously, you know, it was a good 3-round war. Definitely we were kind of wondering whether or not it was going to be pure domination or whether or not, you know, he was going to be met with an elite level guy, which he did. He fought Gilbert Burns. Is definitely one of the elite of the welterweight division, right? A lot of people seem to neglect on that one, though, is that Khamzat didn't use his primary skill. He didn't use his weapon that he's known for, which is his wrestling. He's a dominant, strong wrestler, and that's because Gilbert Burns is a black belt jiu-jitsu master. And he even said, like, I would not even, like, he got him to the ground and he tried to flip an arm bar and he was like, nope, not having that. So he just went to town on the feet and he wanted to knock the guy out. He wanted to prove a point that he could knock him out, right? Not really fighting super intelligently, but he got the win, and really that's all that matters, right? He got that win. Now, I think going forward, you know, whether he fights Colby Covington next or he fights Kamaru Usman or whatever the case may be, those opponents don't have the same jiu-jitsu skill set that's going to threaten Khamzat Chimaev as much as what Gilbert Burns did, right? And I don't think no one's going to hit Khamzat Chimaev the same Gilbert Burns did. Colby's not a heavy puncher. Kamaru can definitely throw a punch. I mean, we all saw what happened with Belal, and he obviously, you know, put Gilbert Burns down with a jab. He put Colby Covington out as well. So definitely he can punch, but I feel like Gilbert Burns can punch a lot harder. He's probably one of the bigger hitters. But neither of them have the same wrestling. The same jiu-jitsu that Gilbert Burns did. So I think if Khamzat goes in with a wrestling mentality, he could out-wrestle Colby, and I think he probably could out-wrestle Kamaru. But we haven't really, I genuinely think so. I mean, I think he's just the stronger, more dominant wrestler. Both Colby and Kamaru, definitely not saying that they can't wrestle. They're both absolutely amazing wrestlers. But I just think I think Khamzat's got the size advantage and the strength advantage over both of them. So what do I think what's going to happen next? I don't think Colby Covington's going to want to fight Khamzat Chimaev. For some reason, I think he's going to try back out of that fight. Why? It's probably because it's too risky for him, right? And he's going to be like, wow, he's only beat like Gilbert Burns and blah, blah, blah. But Colby hasn't also beat that many people in the top 5 either. I think only 1 or 2. So there's other options. There's not really that many other options. He could fight, you know, but Khamzat could fight Belal Muhammed, which would be a good fight. He could potentially fight whoever loses out of Usman and Edwards, which my guess would be Edwards. But this is how I see it's going to go down. And this is what I've predicted from the start, okay? I predicted that Kamaru Usman and Leon Edwards will fight next, okay? And Leon Edwards will lose because Kamaru is the elite and Leon Edwards isn't there. I think Kamaru will win and he will get his hand raised. And I think he will retire on the basis that he only wants to fight in boxing, right? He only wants Canelo Alvarez, and I think he will back away from UFC. I think he'll either retire that night with the specific asterisk that I'm gonna go to boxing versus because I don't think he wants Khamzat Chimaev fight. Personally, I really don't think he has, and I've said this in another video a while back, right? I don't think he wants it. It's too much of a risk. It's a risky fight for him. So we'll see what happens. Okay, we'll definitely see what happens. But that's my prediction. And then it will probably be an interim title belt. It will be a open belt fight for probably Colby and Khamzat if that fight doesn't get made prior. But my feeling is either that's going to happen or because the fact that Usman's fight's been fucking delayed with Leon Edwards, like there's been no official announcement yet, is that he's gonna they're gonna sign, I mean there's a chance that Conor McGregor comes in, or the fact that Khamzat's gonna put a deal with it. I don't know. I think there's something sketchy going on because that fight has not been made yet, and there's obviously reason why that hasn't been made yet. So we'll see what happens, but I generally think that's what's going to happen unless Usman doesn't take the Leon Edwards fight, right? If Leon Edwards doesn't take the Usman fight, if Usman doesn't take the Leon Edwards fight, that plan or that prediction has gone out the window. That's obviously not going to happen, right? And then something else wild with McGregor is going to happen. But I mean, Belal Muhammed also showed great comeback against Luke, right? Like that was a good comeback for him, and we'll see what happens in the short run. But I think Khamzat's basically got a run at the title now. I don't think they may put him against Belal. I would definitely think that would be a good fight, but I think Khamzat would probably dominate him if he uses wrestling 100%. He could probably outstrike him too 100%, but we'll see what happens. But let me know what you guys think about the welterweight division right now. It's interesting. What do you think is going to happen with Usman, Edwards, Colby, Khamzat, Belal? Like, where does everybody see where this shaking out in the next 8 months? Like, who's fighting who? Like, what's your guys' prediction? I'm very interested to hear. Leave me a comment in the description down below. And if you haven't already, hit that like, hit that subscribe. Hit that little bell that notifies you the next time I drop a video like this. I really appreciate it. And I will plan to hopefully get some more videos out here in the future. I apologize. I have been busy. And until next time, I'll see you.